Picture a city nestled among the clouds, a place so high up it's known as the highest inhabited city on Earth. This is La Rinconada, Peru, a city that lives in the sky, perched at an extraordinary altitude of around 5,100 meters above sea level. That's more than 3 times the height of Mount Everest base camp, or roughly equivalent to the cruising altitude of a small airplane. La Rinconada is located in the Peruvian Andes, a range of mountains that spine South America and are known for their breathtaking beauty and harsh conditions. This remote settlement is not just famous for its altitude, but also for its proximity to one of the highest gold mines in the world. The city, in fact, owes its existence to the mine, with most of its population involved in the gold mining industry. But life here is far from a golden dream. The city's extreme altitude presents a unique set of challenges that its residents must face every day. The air is thin, making every breath a conscious effort, and the temperatures can drop to freezing levels. Yet, despite these harsh conditions, La Rinconada is home to thousands of people, each with their own story of resilience and survival. While the city lacks basic infrastructure with no formal healthcare facilities and scarce basic services, the spirit of its inhabitants is strong. They brave the extreme conditions in the hopes of striking gold, demonstrating human tenacity in its rawest form. La Rinconada is a testament to human endurance, to the lengths people will go to in search of a better life. It's a city that defies the odds, existing in a place where theoretically it shouldn't. It's a city that literally lives on the edge, pushing the boundaries of human habitation. In this remote settlement, life is not as simple as it is at sea level. Imagine breathing in air so thin every breath becomes a conscious effort. This is a reality for the inhabitants of La Rinconada. With its staggering altitude of approximately 5,100 meters above sea level, the oxygen content in the air here is drastically reduced. The atmosphere is so rarefied that it contains only about half the oxygen found at sea level. Now picture your body trying to adapt to these conditions. At such heights, the human body has to work harder to get the oxygen it needs, leading to quicker fatigue and reduced physical capacity. The scarcity of oxygen can also lead to a condition known as hypoxia, where there's not enough oxygen in your body to sustain normal bodily functions. But the challenges don't stop there. High altitude can also bring about altitude sickness, a condition that can cause headaches, nausea, fatigue, and shortness of breath. It's like having a nasty flu, only it doesn't go away until you descend to a lower altitude. And for some, the effects can be even more severe. In extreme cases, the lack of oxygen can cause fluid to build up in the lungs or brain, leading to potentially life-threatening conditions like pulmonary or cerebral edema. These are serious medical emergencies that require immediate attention and often descent to lower altitudes. The scarcity of oxygen also impacts the surrounding natural environment. The harsh, thin air and extreme cold limit the types of vegetation that can grow and the wildlife that can survive. The landscape of La Rinconada is largely barren, with only the hardiest of species able to endure. Yet despite these daunting conditions, the human spirit proves resilient. Thousands of people have adapted to life in this inhospitable environment, driven by the hope of striking gold in a better future. They face these health risks every day, striving to eke out a living in the highest city on Earth. And yet, despite these daunting conditions, thousands call this place home. What could possibly draw people to such a harsh environment? The answer is simple: gold. Nestled within the rugged peaks of the Andes, La Rinconada is home to one of the highest gold mines in the world. This glittering promise of wealth has been a beacon for thousands, despite the perilous conditions and the informal, often dangerous nature of the mining industry here. Most of the mining work in La Rinconada is undertaken under a system called characterized. This centuries-old practice allows miners to work for 30 days without pay. On the 31st day, they are allowed to take as much ore as they can carry in the hope that it contains gold. It's a gamble, a game of chance where the stakes are as high as the Andes themselves. The allure of striking it rich keeps the miners coming, keeps them enduring the biting cold, the thin air, and the back-breaking work. Yet the reality of gold mining here is far from the romantic image of fortune seekers panning for nuggets in crystal-clear streams. The work is grueling, the hours long, and the rewards often meager. The mines are unregulated, safety measures are almost non-existent, and accidents are all too common. But the dream of gold is powerful, its lure irresistible. For many, it's a chance to escape poverty, a chance to build a better life. And so they keep coming, men and women, young and old, drawn by the glimmer of hope that the next piece of rock might hold their ticket to a brighter future. It's a testament to the human spirit, to our resilience and our relentless pursuit of better. The miners of La Rinconada, despite the hardships and the risks, despite the thin air and the biting cold, despite everything, they keep going. They dig, they toil, they hope. Gold, it seems, glitters even in the harshest conditions. Life in La Rinconada is far from easy. It's a daily struggle against the elements and against the challenges of living in such an isolated place. La Rinconada is a city that sits on the razor's edge of survival. The harshness of the altitude is matched only by the starkness of life in this remote corner of the world. Basic infrastructure, the kind we often take for granted, is virtually non-existent here. There are no healthcare facilities, making any medical emergency a potential crisis. Sanitation services, too, are absent, adding an additional layer of hardship to the daily lives of the residents. Poverty is a constant companion for many in La Rinconada. Many people here are drawn by the allure of the gold mines, hoping to find a nugget that would change their lives. However, the reality is often far from this dream. The majority of the city's residents live in poverty, scraping by on what little they can earn from the mines or from other work. The day-to-day challenges faced by the residents of La Rinconada are immense. Imagine, if you will, the simple act of getting water. With no running water, residents must collect it from melting glaciers or streams, often walking for miles. The water is then used for everything from drinking to washing clothes. It's a process that takes hours and happens every single day. In addition to this, the thin air makes every task more challenging. The lack of oxygen means that everything, from walking to working, takes more effort. The residents are constantly fatigued, their bodies working overtime just to function in the oxygen-starved environment. Yet despite these hardships, the people of La Rinconada are a testament to human resilience. They face these challenges head-on, day after day, driven by the hope of a better future. Their strength and determination are a stark contrast to the bleakness of their surroundings. They carve out a life in one of the harshest places on Earth and keep pushing forward no matter the odds. Despite the hardships, the people of La Rinconada exhibit a resilience that is nothing short of remarkable. The high altitude and harsh conditions of La Rinconada don't just affect its human inhabitants. They also have a profound impact on the natural environment. Now let's take a moment to consider the natural world that surrounds this high-altitude city. The vegetation in La Rinconada is sparse, to say the least. The cold climate and low oxygen levels make it a challenging environment for many types of plants. Only the hardiest species, those that have adapted to survive in such extreme conditions, are able to thrive here. They cling to life, eking out an existence in the thin, icy air, a testament to the resilience of nature. The same goes for wildlife. The fauna of La Rinconada is